ever trusted someone in a place where trust gets you killed? That was my first and biggest mistake. This dude was my cellie. We broke bread. We laughed. We went to war side by side. Until the night I woke up with steel inches from my throat. He was sent to end me. And what hurt most? Never even saw it coming.
What's happening, everybody? You're tuned in to another episode of Off the Yard, and as always, I'm your host, Big Lance. Hey, it's no secret that I was a gang member, and it's no secret that I put in a lot of work for this organization. That being said, sometimes we allow our emotions or our desire to have friendship and kinship override being smart. Everybody makes mistakes. And today, I'm going to tell you about a mistake that almost cost me my life. Let's get into it. When you live in an environment that perpetuates nothing but violence, violent acts, violent people, you really don't have that luxury to slip up on your game. You don't have that luxury to not really be smart almost 100% of the time. And we don't actually, exactly go to prison for being the smartest dudes in the world. We made mistakes. That's what landed us in the penitentiary. We made even more mistakes while there, so we got sent to higher levels. We made even more mistakes there that sent us to the shoe. Mistake after mistake after mistake. But what you cannot afford to do is make a mistake when it comes to the people that you have around you. The people you surround yourself with are very important in the penitentiary. It's going to basically give the perception of who you are. What type of individual are you? What type of man are you? Because the company you keep is a clear representation of the company you are. That's facts. And when you belong to an organization or you are the head top tier of that organization, then it's even more so. You know, I got to a point where there were so many DMIs in Virginia that I didn't even talk to all of them because I couldn't afford to go talk to one of these dudes one-on-one and, they be out to get me. And a lot of dudes, when you sit on a throne, if that's what you want to call it, there's going to be a lot of dudes that want your seat. And they're going to do things, man. They're going to do things to try to get you knocked off that seat. And you got to be aware all the time. You can't be running around getting high. You can't be running around slipping up. You got to be on your shit 24/7. 24/7 is exactly that. 24/7, 365 days out of the year. Because the one time you mess up will be the one time you get messed up. So I say all that to say this. We have to live with individuals in prison. They're going to put people in your cell. Now, me being kind of a high level, high security individual, they would kind of give me the options sometimes of who I wanted to cell up with. Not all the time. I didn't have juice like that. I wasn't King Dingaling, but they didn't want me arguing, fighting, and causing them to make more paperwork than they already had to do during the day. And I'm one of those people that will cause you to do paperwork. I'm with the shit. So when this dude comes to my cell, we're going to call him T because I'm not going to put his name out there. But T comes into my cell. Cool white dude. You know what I mean? I preferred to live with people that I had more shit in common with. You ain't going to put some young 19, 20-year-old wannabe rapper into my cell who's going to beat on the desk and yell out the door all day. We're not going to have a good time in there. And I'm going to make him touch every wall in there if I get pissed off. So the way I saw it was, I wanted to live with individuals I could halfway at least get along with. Didn't necessarily have to be white. Didn't bother me either way, as long as we could get along with each other and they were clean. So me and T get into what they call bid mode, man. I took a liking to T. We were cool, man. Like he liked the same type of music I like. We even like the same sports teams. And I was big into sports back then. You know, I watched a lot of football. I was always running parlays and things like that because one, it made money, but two, because it was fun. You know, there's not a lot to do in prison, man. So running a parlay or a ticket or whatever, I would run a ticket on every sport there was. NASCAR, baseball, man, I'm running tickets. I'm out in the yard. Tick, 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 ticket. Everybody get a ticket. Pray to God I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm bucking. No, I'm just joking. But nah, for real, I'll buck on that. I'm not getting hit. But anyway, man, so like when you eat with an individual, when you make a meal with somebody, this is important in prison. It's called breaking bread. You break bread with somebody, man, you really got to fuck with that dude, man. You can't just like be mealing up with anybody. And yeah, like I said, prison is very extra. Everything's extra, you know what I mean? But we don't get a lot of money. Well, at this point in time, I wasn't getting that much money in prison. I was living okay. I was comfortable. But I don't have money to waste. I'm not giving away free food, and I'm not damn sure eating up with somebody with messed up charges or just knowingly messing with somebody who's just not good or bad. Because I just don't deal with the dudes like that if I know what they're in it for. You know, we've all had the wool pulled over our eyes, man. I had somebody very close to me not too many years ago that pulled the wool over my eyes for a very long time, and come to find out he's all bad. All bad. When I meal up with somebody, I'm letting you know, bro, that I got you, bro. If something happens, especially in a cell, if you have a cellmate and you plan on living with this individual for a while, you guys are in bid mode, you work out together, man, you eat together, because you go on lockdowns every 4 months or so. 3 to 4 months, you're going on what's called an annual lockdown. Annual lockdowns, they're going to shake down the whole prison. In some of the bigger prisons, you could be in the cell for up to a month. I've been in Greensville where they locked us down almost a month. Normally, it's a week to 2 weeks, but Greensville was off the chain, and it's huge, man. It's like almost 4,000 inmates there. It's like 3 prisons in one. It's massive. And it takes those lazy fuckers there a while to shake the whole prison down. And it's one of those prisons that's completely off the chain, so they're finding a lot of weapons and drugs and all those things, man. So I like T, like I said, man, and I ended up putting him in the whip. What do I mean by putting him in the whip? I mean that, like, he showed interest in getting involved with our organization. Now, I walked you for a while, man. Back then, it was a 9-month walk with me. If you want to become a part of the organization, you had to walk 9 months to a year. It wasn't no 30 days, 60 days, beat you up, and you're just a brother now. I got to know you. You can hide from me for a couple months. You can hide yourself. But 9 months, that's a long time to really, like, fake the funk. But, you know, nobody's perfect. Hey, what's up, guys? Real quick, I know you guys are enjoying the video, but I wanted to say this. Much love and respect, man, to everyone who has supported me through my journey and my battle with cancer for the last year and a half. Yesterday, I did get out the catheter and all the things, and I'm learning how to live again. Unfortunately, man, I've been sidelined from working again. So I'm going to post my Cash App and PayPal in this video. If you'd like to help donate to the channel or to, you know, to the cause, that's much appreciated. And if you can't, it's all love. Please, man, if you pray, throw me in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and my family, because, you know, this is a hard time for us. And, you know, all grace be to God, man, because if not for him, I wouldn't be here. Whether it's hard or easy, it's never going to be easy, is it? Just want to tap in, let you guys know I love you and appreciate you. I'm going to post that in the description as well and in the comment box. I love you guys. Let's get back to the video. Hey, man, nobody's perfect. Nobody is ever going to make 100% right decisions all the time. But anyway, about 6 months goes by. 6 months, guys. I want you to really think about 6 months is a long time. It's 180 days, right? So 180 days has gone by, and I think that I know this dude. Like, I think that I know him. Like, we're cool, man. Like, we, all the things, right? All the things. I hadn't made him a part of our organization yet because I hadn't seen him really in action till today. Now, we're on the yard working out. We started working out together, him and I. He was about my size. He was a real strong dude. you know, when you're on the weight pile, it's kind of an unsaid law, man. We don't try to spark nothing off on the weight pile because that's all we got. And if you get that shut down, man, you're gonna have some real issues with the inmates that live off of that pound, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're not just gonna. That's what we got. That's all we got. That's how we get aggression out. That's how we get our good moods, and that's how we get in shape and we get ready for circumstances like this. So we're coming out, and every time they call rec, it's a race. Well, you always got these rec porters who go out there and they get the weights ready, this and that. Well, this weight dude, the guy that worked for the rec department, he used to mess with the boy. So he's always trying to give the boy. When I say the boy, it's the boy, the girl. You know what I'm talking about? So he's always trying to give the boy what the boy wants first. So the boy go out there and he always grabbed that always grabbed it at 135. Well, we were doing arms today. I needed that 135 because what we would do is a chain. We would start with dumbbells, and then we'd step over that. We'd take that 135, hit a rep, step over that. It's just a boom, boom, boom. It's like 6 or 7 little steps we did. Well, I come out, as I'm coming out, I say, yo, grab me that 135, right? And I'm telling one of my homies who's coming from another building. Well, the dude that's holding for the boy is like, nah, it's taken. I'm like, yeah, look, dog, the boy had that joint the last 3 days in a row. We need that 135. It can get it whenever we're done. Nah, man, forget all that. And this dude, he was from the beach. Now, I'm from Richmond, so like we don't always get along with them dudes, man. You know what I mean? Like, we don't always, we'll kick off with them quick. You know what I'm saying? So he and nobody really wants to see that boy out there in little ass shorts, dude, doing squats all in the bucket. Man, anybody trying to see that shit anyway, man? I was doing everybody a favor. Because it is kind of messed up, dude. Like, not everyone's into that. And if you're into that, cool. But like us as men, and this is one thing I wish that we were more like Cali, like, because it shouldn't be like that, man. They should get zero say on anything. And that's not speaking, because they cause a lot of problems. They cause a lot of problems, man. And they run around flamboyant like the Peter Pan with them little shorts on. And you know what I mean? Just in the way, bro. Like, just stay in your lane, dog. This is men's weight pile. You want to go do them little butt squats? Do them shits over by the softball field with your homeboy. You don't get first say on the weights. You tripping. Anyway, so dude gets in his bag about it, man. The little boyfriend dude or whatever. And I get that 135, bro. On everything I love, I got that 135. I took it off the little bar. You had a little squat bar. I took it over to me and my homies. There was about 6 of us over there, right? And I had some like validated members with me over there of the organization, and then we had T and I think it was another little prospect dude, man. I wasn't really feeling him either. But anyway, it's like we weren't by ourselves, So he goes over there and starts hollering at his homeboys. He felt some type of way, honestly, that the white boys took it. It wasn't about the beach or Richmond or gang politics or anything. He was mad and felt some type of way that the white dude came over there and took his weight, regardless of the fact that what he had done for the last couple of days was clown shit. Okay, so his boys come over there and start, like, it's getting kind of tense. It's probably 5 or 6 of them. It's an even little squabble if we get down. Now, like I told you, T was a big boy. I think I was running like 265, 270 at the time. T was my size. When they stepped onto that weight pile, it wasn't no like waiting for them to get over there. Well, none of that. We immediately walk over like, what's up? What's up? You know what I mean? What y'all trying to do, bro? And a lot of people in the comments say, oh, yeah, right, white boys get smacked around. No, they don't, bro. That's not the case, bro. Don't go down like that. We're going to fight for ours just like anybody else. Straight up. Win, lose, or draw, dude. I don't care about getting my ass whipped. That shit don't bother me. But you're not going to punk me. It's not going to happen. So it gets to clutch, and T's the first one. He steps in front of me. Very important. And the reason it's very important is because at the time, I'm the head of this organization. And I always was kind of like one of the dudes, like I would lead the charge. But he kind of like put his arm, like he would stop someone in the passenger seat. He kind of does that number. And walks up to dude and says, what's up, dog? He's real quiet about it. I was like, it's kind of gangster how he did it. He said, if you want a problem, you can sure enough get one. Or you can just let us finish with the 135. We can solve all this, and you and your friend can have it. You got next. They didn't want no problems. Because whether they thought they could whoop us or not didn't matter. We all going to the hole. I really didn't want to go to the hole over some boy. I didn't want that. And it's a bad look for him to bring all his homeboys. And that's another thing, is because he's going to get violated for that. You're going to bring the whole crew over here because you want to give, you want to do some homosexual stuff? It's a bad look, dude. It's a bad look for both sides. Let it go. Let it go. They did. We did too. And we just went back to working out and we finished with the bar and we gave it to him. We kept our word. But I liked and admired how T handled that situation. I could tell he wasn't afraid of conflict and he wasn't going to be pushed around. Cool. Mentally noted. We're still in bid mode, man. A little bit more time goes by. I'm trying to remember what we were watching. It was a game, some game. I was trying to remember the specific game that we were watching, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. And I had kind of fallen asleep during the game. And the way our TVs are set up in the cell is I'm always the top bunk. And people always like assume that the bottom bunk is better. The bottom bunk is not always better. First of all, I don't like the bottom bunk because I don't want to be laying there looking up to another man. I don't want somebody's nuts and feet constantly right here in my face. I don't want to have to like look up. I just prefer the top bunk. I do. I got to jump down off of it, but who cares? You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm in a better position. And this is going to tell you why. So I had fallen asleep, and our TVs, they got these little shelves. So you have your bed, your bunk, and at the end of your bunk is a little shelf, and you would put your TV on that. And what most people do, what I do is I'd make I'd take some t-shirts or a laundry bag and I put it at my feet and I put one foot on top of the other. That's how I change my channels with my toes. Like this, so I can lay back and just. Some people made a poker. I always use my feet. It's easy to have to sit up because you ain't got remotes. You just sit up and hit the button. I had a bubble TV at the time. They got flat screens now. I was old. I'd been there a while, so I had an older bubble screen. Them bubble screens last forever. I didn't buy it for $250. I took it from some little Aryan dude on the yard. And this is important that you guys remember that. What was my beef with the Aryans? I have no beef with Aryan groups that are real. I have no beef with them. What I had a beef with was the way this particular group of individuals that called themselves Aryan were carrying themselves and sending good white dudes to the slaughter for their own drug addictions. And I didn't like that shit. So yeah, I smacked them around a little bit and treated them real bad because they deserved it. And I believe that people on the West Coast that started that Aryan stuff would have done the same. I was actually, and people get kind of, they get in their bag about that because they think that I'm talking in a broad spectrum. No, I'm not. I'm talking about these particular guys that were in Virginia, that were soft as shit, that were wearing these California patches, claiming that they were sanctioned to have this out here, when I knew for a fact that they were not. Did they have a few solid dudes? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. One of my dearest friends in the world was actually one of them. And he was also sent to take me out. But I admired his heart. And I admire that, and I go with that. Gang politics and outside of that are different. You know, like you can get along with people outside of gang politics, but when the order comes down, you got to follow that shit. So what happened was, I tell the story, I believe it was maybe Greenville Gang Wars or something like that. I forget the name of the video, but I tell the story about us going to war with the Aryan Brotherhood, quote unquote, in Virginia. Let me specify that, in Virginia, okay? Because a lot of people go, oh, the Arabs are coming to kill you and this, that. I'm not talking about them. These guys were not them. This is not, Barry in Bingham. These weren't these guys, okay? This was like Todd and Mark from down the street. You know, these guys were lame. Anyway, we had kind of gone to war with them, and we came out on top of that. Because we were a better organized group. We were bigger, stronger, meaner, tougher. We were just a better group. And we were a better representation of the quote-unquote white car in Virginia, man. And everybody had a little bit of respect for us at this time. Because we weren't afraid to put in work. I'd literally seen other groups and other races go up in these cats' asses and take their pack from them on the yard in front of everybody. Now, if you let another man put you on a fence and run his hand up inside of your asshole and take whatever you got inside, you don't get respect after that. That's not happening to us. It's not. But it was happening to him, like on a regular basis. This game. And I looking back, I try to think of like, was there anything that would have gave it away? Was there anything this cat did in the 6-7 months that we were chilling and cellies and buddies and like we almost went to war together? Was there anything like they gave off anything other than like loyalty? To this day, man, to this day, dude should have been a fucking actor. For real. And so I remember laying there and I felt a hand go up under my neck. Or I felt something go up under my neck. And I kind of, you kind of startle out of your sleep. And when I felt that, I immediately went like this, like put my hands up like, like, what the hell's going on? And right as that time comes, my hand gets pushed down. This hand's still free, but my arm gets pushed down and there's a knife right here and I feel it. So what he's done is he's put his hand over here and he's got his knife like this. So it's coming over. All he's got to do is pull. Really, my hand is not stopping. He's got too much leverage. I'm on the top bunk. That's it. That's fucked up. Like when you wake up and that's how you woke up, you have so many emotions that are going through your head at that moment. Like, is he gonna pull that? Is he like this is my buddy? Like, what's going on? And you want to ask those questions, but there's no time to ask those questions, guys. You don't have time to, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, let's talk about this. Nah. He's got a knife to your neck, dog. Knife to your neck. So, how did I get out of it? What I did was, when I woke up, I put my hands like this, boom, and he had it over here like this. Well, my other hand is right here, right? I kind of put down like, whoa, I look at him like this, and I'm trying to see his eyes. And, I mean, this dude is covered in sweat. He's scared. He doesn't want to do this, but he has to do this. That's the split second I had, I think. The only chance that I had in this situation. Because if he'd have been a stone cold one of those, I wouldn't be here today. I got lucky. They sent the wrong guy. Now, if I hadn't sprung into action immediately, he might have. I don't know. So, let's get into it, though. So, when my arm went down, we have wool blankets, right? My wool blanket I had covered up with earlier, but I pushed it off, so it was kind of scrunched up over here against the wall, right? Because the wall's right here, your bunks are up against the wall. So what I did was I took that blanket immediately and I pulled it to my head like this and rolled. And literally rolled my body weight because he's standing like, the bunk is right here to him, man. It ain't like the bunk's here. Or he's having to reach up. So he's here, he's got to reach up. He's not like got the best balance in the world or like a great angle. Top bunk, bro. If I'm on the bottom bunk, I stand zero chance. I'm not getting up. He can put his weight on me. He can do a lot of things. Put his knee in my chest. Bottom bunk is some shit. Bottom bunk is not always the best bunk, guys. Unless you're like just totally comfortable with this cat. Thank God for the top bunk. When I roll off, I do not land gracefully. I roll off. I'm trying to keep that blade away from me right now. So when I roll off, I threw my weight at him. And here comes the blanket as well. So the blanket kind of goes over his head. I land on the concrete. Boom. And it fucking hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I hit my elbow. My elbow was swollen like this for weeks. I smashed my elbow. Now, when you smash your elbow, it's like smashing your knee. You lose. Your arm goes kind of incapacitated for a minute. But my tote was right there. I kept a very big knife in my tote. I had it taped up against the tote with my food and everything right there. So when I hit that floor, my body weight kind of pushed him back, and another blessing from the Lord. When he falls back, there's not much room. His back and his legs hit the toilet. He stumbles. Boom. I'm a 265-pound dude coming off that top bunk. I'm not light. Not like he just kind of got pushed away. I threw myself on that bunk. He's probably trying to grab the thing off his face because now he's blinded by the wool sheet and trips over that toilet. And I start reaching for mine. Boom, boom. I'm trying to get it because it's taped up. It's not easy to grab out. I'm trying to rip, right? I'm watching him, right? My arm feels like it's fucking broken, all right? I'm like, God, I'm trying to pull. And I can't get the knife. I can't get it. I can't get it fast enough. It's not positioned for me to have to use it in my cell, man. It's positioned for me to have to take it to the yard. Or the day room, or at least, you know what I mean? Not to have to fight this guy in my cell. This is a big dude. He's 250 pounds at least. Big son of a bitch. But he's on the ground. So I'm kind of up on my knees trying to pull this thing. I look over, and I'm like, fuck it. I rush him. Boom, right? And I kind of like get on top. And, as I'm on top of him, I'm watching for that knife, man. Where's that knife? And I see him pull it back. But he's still almost kind of blind. He still hasn't gotten a sheet. It's a big ass wool blanket. He falls. It's all over the place. The blanket's like really helping me out, man. So, I can't. I see him pull it back. There's no way I can stop it. I pull the sheet again, the blanket over his face, and I push it. Right? Gosh, man, sorry about that. I push the blanket to his face. Right? And when I did that, my knee goes into his armpit. Right? So when he's pulling that back, boom. Right? And he's so strong. God, this guy was strong, man. And I don't know if you've ever been in a fight with an individual who is strong as you are. There was not many people that were strong as me. Now, I was a big, strong dude. And I mean, it was like, it's like Superman against Superman, it felt like, you know? And I'm telling him, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What are you doing? What is this? I'm talking to him now. And he's trying to, but my knee, I've got him pinned. He can't, his feet are up over the toilet seat. He has no leverage. All leverage he had, he's pinned like this between the wall and the toilet with his legs over the toilet seat. He's in a bad situation. I have the upper hand, but he's got the blade. This goes on for like a minute, bro. Like, we're like a stalemate. I can't get the knife out of his hand. I'm not even going to try to. It's about this long and it's sharp. If I try to grab that thing, I'm going to slice my hand all the way up. My best bet, hold my position. And I'm keeping that blanket on his face. I'm trying to like get it over his mouth. You know what I mean? Where I could try to cut some air off. Well, the problem about being a big dude is that you don't got a lot of wind, man. I've never had a lot of gas. If I ain't got you in the first couple minutes, dog, like you can get me just out of gas alone. Well, neither did he. So we're starting to get gassed up in here, man. And we're in a cell and it's hot. And the air is very thick, dude. It's a very small environment. So I take the other leg and I kind of get over him. Like I'm straddled him now. So my weight is now on his waist. I'm pushing down my knee in his little side right here because it's only this far away now because he's pinned. He's like this. And I'm sitting right here. He can't do shit. Nothing. And he knows it. I tell him, if you don't stop and put that knife down, I'm going to kill you. Put the knife down. Drop it. And you'll live. He didn't believe me. Not that I wouldn't do it. He didn't believe me that I would let him get up. After about, I'd say 30 to 45 seconds, he finally lets the knife go. And I kick it, boom, and I kick it under my door. Kick it out of my cell. There's like a gap like this under the door. I kick that bitch, boom, and I kick it under the door. It's in the day room. No more knife. It's gone. Because the door to the day room was right there by the toilet. Right? So I kick it out. I give a shit if they see if the cops see it. We're on lockdown. Ain't nobody in the day room right now. It's sitting in the day room just chilling, hanging out underneath the table because the table's right in front of the cell.